Welcome everyone to Dyad in the Force. We are back.
Back, baby.
Back in style with some new backgrounds. Let's say hello to everyone in the chat first. We have Ace Bronx, Oth Brunette, Brooke, Cal4, Klein Sonier, Harith Productions, who just left, Julia Christine, Leon Barnett, Levi Bond, Logan Branchot, probably from Montreal. We have Jesse in the chat, Sawyer, who has created a Kahoot for this episode that Choco is going to take. I participated in its creation, so I will not be participating. Yeah, X-Core Gamer Skills, welcome to Dyad in the Force. Today we're going to be talking about the newly announced Galactic Starcruiser and the real lightsaber that they just revealed. And of course, we're going to be talking about The Bad Batch. We had a 70-minute premiere and the follow-up episode just yesterday. So stick back, relax, and enjoy Dyad in the Force.
Unseen for generations, a Dyad in the Force.
All right. Cool intro out the way. Choco, say your piece, man. Welcome back.
Yeah, I am back. I've gained a little bit of sweet new facial hair. I lost some weight, being unconscious for long stretches of time will do that. But I am happy to be back into the mix of things. Man, I felt bad because there was so much like stuff happening, and I'm like, oh, I wish I could be partaking. Like, it's like we have this smorgasbord, this onslaught of Star Wars stuff that is not slowing down. It's not getting tired. It's not going anywhere, and that's why I'm so stoked. Like, once again, we say it over and over again. It's the best time to be a fan, because if the great parts of this fandom, the people who aren't trying to gatekeep or keep people out of it for some weird reason, there's so much great stuff. There's so much new stuff coming out. There's so much new technology. We got new lightsabers, a hotel experience. Like it's insane. It's insane. It's awesome.
Absolutely. Klein Sonier says, we rocking with the Choco beard. Hashtag Scruffy Choco. Is that what it is?
Yeah, this is like it's actually quite pathetic how bad I am at growing facial hair. So yeah, this is me without having shaved for like 3 weeks.
That's that new drip, right?
Yeah, I got that baby boy drip.
What's up, Brian? Thank you for tuning in. Yeah, I guess he's gonna change his YouTube channel to Choco with the beard, I guess.
Choco with the beard, I like it.
Yeah, I did mention this in the intro. There is going to be a Kahoot, so stick around for that quiz at the very end of this episode, just for the sake of Choco's health. Of course, we won't be running this for too long. I know he's feeling better, but I still want him to not push himself. Basically.
No, I certainly appreciate it. But if you guys are coming at me for the Kahoot crown, I have not taken this test before, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm running a bit sluggish. So now's the time. Take your shots, people.
Yeah, now's a good a time as any to take down Choco from the throne. I think he is still the champion of the Kahoots that we've done on Dyad. And I do have to say,
of course, I can't take down Explained. Of course, if I can get up to once I get to the next stage where I'm actually actively like studying to do trivia, okay, let's go, Alex.
Oh snap! The gauntlet has been thrown down. Oh, also, announcement.
I love you, by the way. I mean, with friendlies, but first Alex, then Whitwer, then the world.
Ooh. I'm all for it. I'm here for it. Small announcement. Put on your calendars, guys. We, Choco and I, the Dyad and the Force, will be on Star Wars Explained on June 4th at 3 p.m. Pacific. We'll be joining Alex and Molly to talk about the Bad Batch, I guess, of that week. Moving on up in the world. Okay, so let's get this started. Also, this Kahoot that we're going to be doing at the end of this episode is going to be a mixed bag. It's going to have all of the movies as well as some legends. We had to have some can you guess this answer questions on there.
Levi Bonnet says a Choco on Schmodown. Yeah, I'm coming for the Schmodown.
I'll go on Schmodown as well. We'll do a Dyad versus who's the duo on the Schmodown trivia.
You mean who was the duo?
Oh,
that's
yeah.
It don't matter.
What's up, Aria L? Thank you for tuning in. Kieran, welcome to the Choco's Back episode. We have the Return of the Jedi, our very own Return of the Jedi. But let's hit up this first piece on our agenda. Disney on. Oh, I do want to say also before we get started. Thankfully, you got sent back home and you started recovering on May the 4th, or around there.
Yes. No, it was May 4th. I was home and I was feeling the energy of the cosmos of fans all over the world, and that's what was giving me life.
Absolutely. Jesse asks, could you take on Sam Witwer and Explained? I think we both could. I think hey, if there was a tag team.
So every time you've ever seen me do any sort of Kahoot or quiz or competition, or those are all off the cuff. This isn't without preparation or deciding I'm going to be like studying up or doing anything hardcore. Once if you put me on the Schmodown, you give me a week. Let me at him.
This is Choco with prep, right?
But was there prep time though? I'm just saying, you've never seen me and Batman in the same place. That's all. Interesting.
If both of us were to take on Witwer and Explained, I think we could take them. Choco with the books, me with the comics, and just overall knowledge and lore. I think we would be able to take them. But yeah, on May 4th, Disney announced the Galactic Starcruiser attraction experience that's launching in 2022 at Walt Disney World Resort in Florida. And with it, let's play this really quickly.
Light,
So cool.
darkness, a balance.
Oh my gosh.
How many times did you rewatch that?
I watched that several times. I was trying to figure out the mechanics of it all, you know? I know there's like patent drawings that they've posted of it, like retracting like LED strips. I still don't know how they're making that happen. It's like a tape measure thing, right? Where it's kind of like rigid a little bit, and then if you bend it a certain way, then it'll like flop.
Yeah, it's hard. It's like you can't see it. You can't see where the thing that happens is. But the speed with which that it is moving is surprisingly quick. That's the thing I can't figure out. How is it moving so fast so quickly?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like my mind instantly is like, okay, it needs to be doing some sort of internal rotations in a spiral thing, and then if we have it doubled up so that they run in parallel, we might be able to gain extra height speed on it. But I don't know. It's magic.
I'm actually thrilled that they got it that far in terms of technology, because I was like half expecting this thing to be like one of those dot matrix printers where it was like you know. And then
it's surprising me that we haven't had this already now, and I'm like, well, looks like I have to draw some up schematics myself. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not an engineer, but
I mean, we got some
geeky enough to do it.
We got some people complaining that the hilt was chonky. I'm just like, come on now, really?
Okay, how tall is that girl? Do you know?
I don't know, but I'm gonna guess around 5'6". I just wanted to guess.
I'm just looking at her picture and her holding the lightsaber. It doesn't look like it's chunky or extra thuck or anything like that.
I mean, but still, it's like, even if it was, it's like, come on now. This is like the infancy of like this technology. Of course, like, you know, you saw the Samsung Fold for the first time and like things looked like, you know, Mark 1 Iron Man. It's not gonna look sleek. They're gonna have to hone that skill or hone that design. What's up, JC Productions? Welcome to the show. So continuing on to our Galactic Starcruiser announcement, like, what's your first impressions of seeing like these pictures of like the experience? Like, are you gonna be on like a cruise, but it's a starship instead of a boat?
Yeah, the pictures are wild, because the pictures look like old Epcot Center, like the world of tomorrow and like type deals, but it does feel like it would be advertisement in universe for something like this. And I'm, you know, like, this makes me want to be a Disney cast member more than anything. If I could just be a random alien that just like sits in the cantina all day, just like, you know, sipping on something and like sending people on missions, that would be awesome. It also makes me like, okay, now I really got to start writing a lot of stuff, because they're going to need writers to like make a bunch of small, intricate stories that make people's experiences different and stuff like that. If I could craft some of that, that'd be incredible.
Character designers as well. I mean, like, I would be perfectly fine with being like a Rhodian Stims vendor who is just like, every time someone comes in, I hand them their like gift bag and go, "Omitopi." Man, X-Core Gamer Skill says, I stand by my statement that it's gonna cost a whole mortgage. Listen, if it's all inclusive, I don't mind. If it's like, you know, you pay like $3,000 for like the 2-night experience, you got your room, you got your food, you've got everything for the whole experience, I'm down for it. But if it's like $3,000-$4,000 for a ticket, and then you have to spend like another $1,000 on food because you can't bring your own, I guess, or you'd be coming in with Tupperware and stuff. You want to eat Joppa stews and be in universe. It's the immersion, right? Oh man.
Yeah. That'll for sure have to be the thing. Is complete immersion is the goal.
Kieran guesses $500. That's a little bit too low.
No, if it was 500, shoot.
I mean, I wouldn't care. I mean, I wouldn't mind that, but you know, from a business perspective, that doesn't seem very, I mean, it doesn't make sense.
In order, so this is an experience.
It's a 2-night experience.
And yeah, and that's what I mean, is I don't see any way you could do it without it being all inclusive, like an all-in type deal, where, you know, that way you can set up your itinerary properly for when you're going to be, visiting Batu or whatever, or when you're going to be having different adventures here or there or in the dining hall. I know there's going to be live shows and stuff like that from across the galaxy.
Scenarios.
Yeah.
I remember my first experience of one of those. I remember my first experience of one of those. I was in Japan, and it was called Jailbreak. And it was a restaurant that was just in jail cells, and then like all of the food was served in like, thematic plating and beakers and stuff like that. And then there would be a jailbreak during your dinner, and like criminals would come into your booth and just be like, with a fake knife and stuff. And I'm imagining all that
terrible.
stuff. I mean, I have some pictures I'll share later, but I imagine there's going to be like some scenarios in this cruise that's sort of to the same vein. Cal says it'd be the real experience though, smuggling in your own food. You know what? Yeah. And then they'd brand you a smuggler. That'd be kind of funny.
Yeah, and then you get shot by Rhodians.
That shot first.
Clanky.
So it says you'll watch through viewports as you approach the massive and magnificent Halcyon Starcruiser, which will be your home for the next 2 nights. For a limited time, Disney's Hollywood Studios guests can now see a model of the ship on display inside the Walt Disney Presents, another special May the 4th surprise. So if anybody has access to that, go in and take some pictures of the cruiser, but of course this is a render. When the launch pod's airlock slides open, you'll take your first step into a galaxy far, far away as Galactic Starcruiser comes to life all around you during your stay abroad. Aboard this glamorous ship, you may interact with an eclectic group of characters, both familiar and new, possibly including the Starcruiser's strong and charismatic captain, a plucky ship's mechanic, and a galactic superstar who can captivate an entire room with the crook of one jewel-encrusted purple Twi'lek finger. This is an experience.
Saucy.
For
Hello
sure.
there.
And of course, you get to hold that real lightsaber. I don't know if you get one or if that's part of the experience. You just hold it and like you go through like blaster deflector training.
I was gonna say you try to go to customs and they're like, hey, someone, I'm holding it for a friend.
Yeah, it's part of the experience.
Shoot something.
What I love about this, how they announce this is that they are like 100% full bore, like come in costume, like cosplayers come in, own your character, and like just be a part of the experience. So now I have incentive to put on my OC's robes and be like, my name is Vale. And then the cast member, Omito. I love that. I love that response. Would you try to be Mace Windu? Or do you have an OC?
I have, as of yet, 2 unrevealed OCs. So yeah, I might have to go ahead and bust off one of them. But yes, only one of which is force sensitive at all.
Brian with the beard said the Grand Californian Hotel is $600 a night for the cheapest room. Dang. Julia Christine is here. Welcome to the show, Julia. We do have to, and Fern, the English teacher Dyad is here. We do have to acknowledge that if we were to take a trip onto the Galactic Starcruiser, that we would in fact have canon pajamas to wear to bed. Right, on this 2-night excursion, we would have canon pajamas. We'd have canon food.
I would specifically wear Spider-Man pajamas so I could be wearing and canonizing
Spider-Man.
Marvel in Star Wars.
I dig it.
It's canon because I did it. You know.
Yeah. That's how a lot of people think Galaxy's Edge works right now. It's like, I thought everything in there is canon. I was like, no, you and your jeans and your Mountain Dew t-shirt are not canon. The Coke machine in Olga's Cantina is not canon. It's just, this Starcruiser experience is also between The Last Jedi and The Rise of Skywalker. I think that is since there's a year gap, I think that is the sweet spot for this stuff.
JC Productions asking, how would that deflection thing work with the sabers? I don't know. I mean, I could see it being pretty cool if maybe for select guests, or maybe it's all guests but at different time periods, an extra bag shows up in your room.
Yeah.
Like, what is it? And it's a lightsaber, and you're like, okay, and then you get notified by someone, hey, I think maybe my bag got misplaced there, and then you end up, if you received it, you end up having some sort of adventure that night of going to test out this lightsaber and testing it against droids. Maybe you run into some shenanigans.
Oh, man.
You have to murder them all and get back to your room before anyone notices.
I would absolutely love that. Also, Levi, what's up, man? Says Dyad episode from the ship. No doubt.
Yeah.
And X-Core, I was about to say that. He says probably AR. I think it's definitely a mix of AR and there's like a projector type of thing that's going on, I think, for the spectators. But definitely that would be awesome if you're wearing like an AR headset and you would see blaster bolts coming at you, and then you could try to deflect them, and then the lightsaber go psh, 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 and then the audience, of course, the spectators would see a projection of what's happening, just with the blaster bolts. I think that would be kind of cool, but definitely a mix of AR tech in there.
Oh, and I mean, the technology is already here. There's already weird gamer warehouses and places where you can put on AR and run around and shoot people. So that's there. I'd be shocked if they haven't already developed rooms. It's trying to figure out a way to do this for a mass audience, that is. But by doing this, they're making it a premium.
Absolutely.
I don't know. It's ingenious.
Even if it is premium, I reckon getting tickets to that thing is going to be a bee's knees. It's going to be quite difficult. Between The Last Jedi and Tross, but I thought the sequels were failures in being retconned. Julia, we will not accept that kind of talk in this show. Please, back to canon pajamas. And is cereal canon? Julia, look this up for us.
My favorite one of those was on May the 4th. Someone posted a thing where they're like, Star Wars is dead, and you're like,
oh my god.
And it was just so funny because that one video of theirs had like 25,000 views. Everything else they had like 10 views, and you're like, do you see how this doesn't make any sense? How it can't be like, do you understand? No? Okay.
I mean,
all right.
If we were to do like a line graph of Star Wars, it would be like this, and then after Disney bought them, it would be like this. Off the frame, because that's how much Star Wars is alive right now. Yeah. We had the 6 movies, and then we had Dark Horse, Marvel, and some EU books, but that weren't canon. But now we have like Galaxy's Edge, all these shows, and just everything. It's like astronomical progress. We have everything. Julia wants to cosplay Corky Kenobi on the Starcruiser and make him canon.
Julia, you can absolutely do that, but tell me what day you're doing it, because I will also wear a shirt that says Corky Kenobi is not canon.
Wow.
Right next to you.
Coming with the scruff is also the E Nerf herder. An antagonistic Choco.
I mean, I had to.
Imagine if you could do a Jedi mind trick on people working there, and sometimes it works, like a secret Easter egg. Yeah, that would be kind of cool. I think don't cast members do that typically in Galaxy's Edge, like just like, you know, for kids that are like trying to be a Jedi. I don't know how far they would go.
I am now the cast member. Like, okay.
I am the captain now. Xcore Gimrixel says, I responded to your Pong Krell video.
Yes. I haven't seen all of the responses yet. I actually got a lot more response to that video than I thought.
Yeah.
I was going to.
I mean, I expected it. When I first saw it, I was like, oh no, this is like Pandora's box.
But it wasn't, and I think I didn't see any comments that didn't understand the purpose of it, or thought I was intentionally being antagonistic towards Anakin or something like that. I think most people kind of understood that. No, just asking like why one person can be horrible and we can still look at them, you know, with reverence like this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then I'm slowly trying to move over to Saw Gerrera, because I'm curious about that one as well.
I'm gonna contact Disney Parks, and I'm gonna like make a scenario where if you could find me, then you'll win something. I don't know, but I want to be an Easter egg on Starcruiser for some reason.
I want to be a Celestin for some reason.
Go for it, man. I think
the head and moody monkey.
We should both be Easter eggs of some kind. You can say that, and I could be the Rhodian that says Omitopi. And I'll be selling stims in the form of what would be the safe consumer version of stims?
Energy drinks, pre-workout.
I guess so. Is there like a consumer safe injection?
Methadone. I don't know. I'm from the Method 1 clinic. Don't worry about it.
Oh my gosh. The possibilities are endless for this Starcruiser experience. I mean, 2 nights on what will seemingly be a Starcruiser. Like, I guess you look out the windows and you see, I'm sure they're using the volume technology to, you know, project space on the outside of the windows and stuff. I mean, that's a natural.
Well, it wouldn't. I mean, that part wouldn't be difficult to do. Like it doesn't. They don't have any difficulty making you feel like you're inside of a hotel during Tower of Terror. You know what I mean? Like, I can, and definitely the way that ride used to function, I can picture something on a large scale where you do feel like you're taking off, or when you don't feel like you're going into a hotel, you feel like you're hopping into pods, and these pods are launching up to something. Yeah,
I can't wait for it. I mean, I'm dropping those G's whenever it comes around. If I could ever get my hands on them.
What was the it's only in Legends, I suppose, but the name for hot chocolate in Star Wars?
I don't remember. I just know calf is coffee, but
yeah, calf is coffee. In like the Heir to the Empire trilogy, Luke is always drinking hot chocolate that Lando got him it's like a delicacy, which is just, it's adorable to me. And I'm picturing you being that type of vendor where it's I got all the stims you want, and it's just like coffee mocha.
And you win the day when you order the hot chocolate, right?
Yeah.
Not bad.
And that's my Easter egg. It's Choco brand.
Oh my God.
Choco brand calf, and it's mocha.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait for this Starcruiser experience. 2 nights, totally in character, with scenarios playing out, launching towards the Starcruiser itself. That kind of launch experience is going to be crazy. I'm looking at some of the pics of the food. Like, it's going to be incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. The G's are being dropped, everyone, Levi says. Absolutely. Let's see. Fern says, my dream job is being the person who trains all the little younglings at the Jedi Training Academy show at Disney.
That'd be awesome.
You could do that. In fact, I would pay money to see that. I don't carry cash, but if I did, I would be like holding it out right now and take my money. Sawyer says, I return. Welcome back. Okay, so moving on to the creme de la creme, the crux of this episode 26, The Bad Batch. The Bad Batch has premiered on Tuesday, May the 4th with 70-minute episode, and then followed up yesterday with episode 2. I have not had a chance to speak to Choco about this, so the floor is yours. Give us your thoughts on everything we have just seen.
God, you should have seen me that night trying to be like, I want to watch it. I need to get my camera working. And I did get to watch it. But yeah, it was really good. I was really shocked at the thing that I was the most curious about is the differences that were going to be between this and the Clone Wars. It's just going to feel like more Clone Wars. It's just going to feel like something different. It definitely does feel like something different. The shot composition itself is different. The music is different. Like, they really did try to step aside of what they were doing before, which I do appreciate, because this does give the show its own identity and not feel like more of another show.
Yeah.
And I think that's pretty important, because I think there's going to be a lot of people, this is going to be their first window into Star Wars. This is going to be their first show that they've watched. They're going to grow up watching Omega, who is adorable as all get out. I will not accept any Omega slander.
Omega.
Watching her act like the other clones is just the best. It's just the most adorable thing.
It is.
Ever.
I fell in love as soon as Wrecker said, I like this girl. I was like, yep. Really quick, Heather Collins asks, how are you doing? Are you okay?
I am doing all right. I am doing a lot better than I was before. I ended up in these weird situations where it ends up being a cascade of worst case scenarios over and over again. You guys want to hear the funniest one? Is the hospital that I was at got hacked by Russians. And
what?
So, like, legit, I'm okay, but I haven't been able to get, like, the steroids that I was going to be prescribed, because they don't have access to my medical records currently, or the fact that I was at the hospital to begin with, because that information is being held hostage by Russians.
Wow. That sounds like a legend story.
It's interesting way things turn about, but I am made of more resilient stuff, so it's all good. It is all good.
He's made of Beskar. Ariel asks or says, you need a drink with a million different things that you won't name, like Porter's 9 egg stew. Man, if the restaurants on the Starcruiser serve anything that's like Star Wars-esque, I'm eating everything. I don't care.
Yeah. That was the other reason I believe it has to be all inclusive, because you better believe I'm going to eat all of it.
just gonna take in the whole experience.
Yeah.
Let's see here. When you said that this is a lot of people's first windows into Star Wars, it was a great statement, because I was going to ask you about Caleb and the retcon. I've already said my piece about this in response to Star Wars Facts Guy, but I would love your take on why you think that change happened and how should people try to handle it, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, as far as why it happened, I don't know. I don't think there's a specific reason. We have to understand that these are all different stories that rub up against each other, right? Caleb Doom, Kanan Jarrus is a footnote in the Bad Batch story.
Yes.
Of course, we're not going to spend time focusing on him, and whatnot. And of course, if you were to read a story specific to Caleb Doom, you're going to get more context. You're going to find more history. You're going to find more information there than you are here. It's not the point. Like, that is not the point of this story, and this is not the point of that story. This type of thing isn't going to stop. I did find it a little jarring, because he didn't quite look like Kanan to me, but he sure sounded like Kanan, because we had full grown voice acting, which
Yeah.
it made me chuckle. But again, was not the point. This is a story of the Bad Batch, and I'm not going to rank lower a story on the Bad Batch because of Caleb Doom. It's super weird, you know?
Yeah.
I do love that we actually now do have canon, because in the olden days, like, if there was, the EU was never canon. It was never meant to be canon. So as long as there's no conflict, you could say it was in continuity. It just wasn't canon.
Mm-hmm.
But if it conflicted with canon at all, it was trash. The whole story was trash. It was picked up, thrown into the trash. Every bit of it. And I'm happy we don't do that. You know what I mean? Because that wouldn't make sense either.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a relatively minor footnote that we can keep moving forward from.
Klein Sonier says, my biggest issue was that they made Gray the bad guy when in the comics he sacrificed himself for Kanan, but other than that, thought it was executed nicely. No pun intended, but Sonier, he was the bad guy initially. He's the one that opened fire when the Order 66 happened, so we don't get that sacrifice until a long time after he's already partnered up with Casmer and he gets arrested, and then finally Gray fights through it. But and I wonder if you saw my video on this, Choco, but I think that with Hunter and Crosshair being at the forefront of Caleb's escape, I think they're going to do that for Crosshair instead of Gray. I think Crosshair is going to chase down Caleb, and then through some miracle of narrative storytelling, he fights through his thing and lets Caleb go. And we'll see some of those panels come back. What do you think?
I don't see it personally. I see it more as this friendship's over. I see it more as the search for Caleb Doom is continuing. We just aren't part of that search because it's not relevant to the Bad Batch. But that search is still continuing, and they may be recontextualizing some of the contents of Kanan Last Padawan. But I see it is keeping going forward.
Yeah. Julia says, I've heard some people say, why read the books or comics then? And I just worry it's spiraling out of control. I don't think we need to worry at all. I think...
Tell those people not to read the books or comics.
Yeah. I think at least my take on why the change, it may not be for Crosshair's sake, but at least when Choco says this is going to be the window into Star Wars for a lot of people, there might be new Star Wars fans coming out of Bad Batch. Those are the characters that they know, that they care about. They don't know Commander Gray and Captain Styles. So, in introducing or having this perspective with Depa Billaba and Caleb with Captain Gray and the Bad Batch, it's just a way to shoehorn the Bad Batch into a current story so that people who know the Bad Batch have characters that they care about. And let's be frank. I'm gonna be frank here. I read the comics. I don't share a very large and deep connection to Gray and Styles. I really don't. And that's not to drag anybody that does. But you have to wonder why they inserted the Bad Batch. And that's because those characters are more likely to be mainstream than Gray and Styles.
That's also true.
Vanessa, thank you for tuning in. Avar Chris cosplay. Who is that addressed to?
Arya. Arya does an Avar Chris cosplay, and she does it wonderfully. And I believe she won something from Daniel Jose Older from it.
Oh, okay. What did she win?
Tickets to meet your mom.
All right.
Got him.
Yeah, you did. He's back, fellas. Or folks, he's back. Guess who's back? Klein Sonia says, agreed, Heather, but I feel like somehow he'll get his inhibitor chip removed and end up sacrificing himself for the team. That was in response to Heather, who said, I feel like Crosshair is the show's equivalent to U.S. Agent from the Falcon and Winter Soldier. That's
they kept like we knew they were gonna make him the guy, but
he's not the ultimate bad.
No. Oh, obviously Tarkin with his thighs of steel. You see that? you see Tarkin? Yeah. I want to be built Tarkin tough. That's. Whew. Anyways,
he got distracted, folks.
I'm just thinking of Tarkin's legs. He is leg day personified. Like, move over. Whoever was there before. I don't know. But they kept like slowly painting him, and like I felt like his voice even felt more menacing, intentionally, because he didn't seem menacing to me at any point in the previous arc.
Tarkin?
How do you feel about that? No. Crosshair.
Oh, it seemed the same to me, actually. Like when they were on either Skako Minor or Anaxis, and they had some kind of like beef with Rex and stuff, and Crosshair was the one that spoke up. It came out a little bit. But you're right, though. It would make sense narratively for his voice to take on a little bit of a sharpness after, this thing is screwing with his mind, and then subsequently his chip is amplified. Like, wow.
How do you feeling about the Omega? Omega.
You're the Clone Force 99. Hunter, Tick, Crosshair.
Yeah. Because, like,
Rekka.
for instance, she knew exactly what was about to happen to Crosshairs before it happened to him.
Nah, let's talk about it, but of course, like, it's not Force sensitivity. It's not precognition.
I don't believe it's Force sensitivity myself, because that's an entire can of worms that I would not want to open. It's
definitely not.
Hugely problematic. But yeah, I was just curious, what because she was clearly designed for something.
Yes.
And the designer really loves her and made sure that she was able to escape and that the Bad Batch was able to escape. Why? The question is why? Is it just this was her creation and so she loves it? Is there an ulterior motive? Is Omega the key that is going to set all of the clones on Kamino free and actually begin the whole process of that uprising against the Empire?
Yeah, I think so. Have you seen my Who is Omega theory video?
No.
All right, so I'll give you the Cliff's Notes version. I think Omega was engineered to be an amalgamation of the Bad Batch's best traits. And it is the fruit of Nalise's labors. Yeah, she has all of their best traits. She has all of their, like, the mind, the aim, the marksmanship, the strength, and the tracking ability. And oh wow, excuse me, she's supposed to be the perfect enhanced clone, and she is enhanced because when Tarkin asked how many enhanced clones do you have left, Nalise said 5. Echo is not enhanced, he's a reg, so that means Omega is the 5th clone. And I see a lot of comments in the chat who are, you know, kind of corroborating, at least to a certain extent, my theory. Let's see here.
I can tell Stink Swap that she's not Phasma. we know about Phasma's story in the book Phasma. It's a really good book. Highly recommend checking it out.
X-Core Gamer still says he thinks she's an empath or a copycat. Julia thinks she's a mimic. And
Which
Julia,
are all other ways of Othbrunet saying she's an INFP. Gotcha.
Yeah, basically. So yeah, I think she's an amalgamation of all of their best traits. And here's the kicker: I think that Tarkin notices that she's special, according to Nalise, and I think he's going to tell the Emperor, and I think she is going to be chased to be Palpatine's first test subject to be a vessel for his essence. Because Palpatine's going to think that she's force sensitive in some way. But she isn't. So the Empire is going to be like, just eliminate her. And the Bad Batch is protecting her, and they're going to sacrifice themselves to protect her. Yeah, that's what I think, because I don't want her to end up being force sensitive. I think we need to stop it. We need to stop introducing new force sensitives, and we need to stop introducing new survivors. But she's enhanced, and the Empire wants her.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
I like it. I mean, I really do enjoy the theory that she is essentially the best of them and has that natural mimic ability, which is what we've been watching her do this entire time. But it's really up to her to determine which qualities from each person she actually wants to absorb or thinks, you know, so her upbringing is going to be super duper important. Could be fascinating.
Yeah. She learns
And
just off
again,
of visual acuity, maybe?
Like Taskmaster.
Oh, man. Julia Christine says, vessel for his essence. Thanks, I hate it here. I'm sorry, I did not mean to say it that way. I mean, he's looking for a host to avoid his demise. And so it starts with the very first clone from Kamino, and then, you know, it's going to fail. Omega is going to fail the test, and Palpatine is going to go on to do other clones. Yeah, that's what I think. Arya L says, that is also my theory. Thank you, Arya. We We at least in that sense are Dyad. Do you have any theories on who Omega is, or any thoughts on what people are saying in the chat in terms of Omega?
No. I mean, I don't think she's. Listen, I think Palpatine is already trying to move beyond the use of the clones and Camino and all of that. I don't think he thinks of it as anything viable for Force sensitivity moving forward, at least not at this point in time. I could see him wanting to create more creatures like Omega, depending on the effectiveness of them.
Mm-hmm.
Or being a monster and doing monstrous experiments to these clones, because we know what happens with the Dark Troopers, and how the final iteration was finally to remove the human aspects, but they didn't treat clones all that well, and Palpatine is not a nice guy, and he's not going to treat clones well or give them rights and things like that. I think this has a lot of really interesting and fertile ground. One of the other things I really loved in this first episode, though, too, is catching up with Saw, because that moment where, of course, Crosshair was like, "Just shoot him in the face already." It's like, come on, man. It's like, that's the mission, right? It's like, no, but these people are on our side. They were trained by the Republic. Like, the Republic trained these people to resist their government. But now the Republic's gone and it's the Empire, and like, so now we've just redrawn all these lines arbitrarily.
Yeah.
And seeing how messed up that would be, and yeah, it's interesting.
Stink Swap says, I hope the show goes heavily into what happens to other characters after Order 66, like Cody, Rex, Wolf, and Gregor. I think it'd be cool. Yes. So I agree with to a certain extent. We're definitely going to see what Cody's up to. He's probably going to end up being the big bad, because Crosshair is not going to. He's a misdirect in my mind.
Mm-hmm.
And
agreed.
Wolf and Gregor, we'll probably get that answer because we're on our way to Rex, right? And Rex from Rebels is like, oh, we got our chips removed. And, well, we don't have that story, though. Because Rex got his removed in Season 7, and Wolf and Gregor, we still don't know. So I think they're with him. And we'll get that story.
I just don't want to spend too much time
on old characters.
Here's one of the. I don't think we should spend very much time at all. I could see Cody. I could really, really, really see Cody coming back as the big bad. Or, even if Crosshairs doesn't get removed from the board, that's who he's answering to. So I can still see like a handful of clones that had that level of conviction. But other than that, I don't want any more clones. As we saw, when the chips get activated, a lot of their personalities and the things that made them separate and unique and individual is gone.
Yes.
It's different. They aren't the same. So I don't think we should spend time trying to dive into them, because all of them are going to be different than the people that we knew them as before. And I think trying to tell those old stories again while having them fight, it's only going to be depressing. Just to have all these people we've loved as the enemy now. But more than that, if we are still considering this to be an entry point for someone into the Star Wars universe, we have to give enough for that person to be interested in, not get bored, not get bogged down with not knowing who these people are.
Yes, absolutely. I think that's the biggest thing with new shows. It's great that there are fans and there are us, people in the chat that can watch these episodes and be like, I know who that is. But Choco makes a great point. If you're watching this with a new fan or with someone that's not deep into the lore or deep into just Star Wars in general, it's like, you know, when you're watching a movie with your parents and they're just like, you know, there for a good time with you, and then they're like, who's that guy? Who's this guy? Who's that guy? It's like, it needs to be kind of, from a narrative standpoint, it needs to sit on its own or stand on its own. Julia Christine says, Element, is that Concordia in the trailer? It looks like it, and I am nervous. Which trailer are we talking about? Trailer 1 or trailer 2? Because trailer 2, it looked like one of the planets that we saw on trailer 2 did look like Concordia. I'm not going to lie. But also at the same time, we don't have any reason to be there.
I just thought this was a cool time to show off
Drip Check.
Batch merch.
Oh, is that on your store?
Yeah, I had spent some time making some merch, and then I got sick and I never debuted any of it.
Oh,
but
man.
I got back and I had some stuff sitting here that I had ordered, like some stickers and stuff like that. Super comfortable, by the way. But yeah, we can toss a. I'll do a video on it at some point in time.
All right. Well, I mean, first debut of Bad Batch merch on the on Choco's High Ground store.
That's correct. I actually have an Etsy store now, but yeah, you can get to it from my links.
Ah, okay. Well, you could put that in the chat as well for people to check out. I will also ask you for that link so that I could put it in the description of this replay. Let's see here. How deep into the episode are we? We are approaching the end almost. Just for the sake of Choco's health, I am not running this for far too long or for much longer. I'd say maybe another 10-15 minutes. So sorry, Carter. Show up on time next time, dude. It's that simple. Levi asks, Mandalore plot with Bo? I don't know if we need... I don't know if we need Mandalorians in Bad Batch. I really don't. I think this current like lens that we're in right now with the Bad Batch, Camino, and Rex and Tarkin and this new Empire is a great lens.
Your new Empire?
Yes. We've brought Crosshair, Tick, Hunter, Echo, Rekka to our new Empire. I do want to quickly address something. As POCs, there's been rumblings about Caleb being whitewashed, and I want to get your opinion because quickly I will just say I don't think it's a big deal because complexion doesn't dictate culture or ethnicity for me. But I'll let you talk on this because I know you probably have some thoughts on this, but I think that Caleb's complexion in Rebels is completely just, a product of him being on so many worlds and laboring and being in the sun. And the Kreesh Caleb is a white boy, but that doesn't mean he's like ethnically white. So I mean, it's just like Saw, who is kind of who is his pigment gets darker and darker the more he gets towards Whitaker's version of Saw, but it's the Saw we saw a year before in Clone Wars. So I mean, not much has changed about Saw. And there was not a lot of time. In between.
Yeah. I mean, when it comes to that, it didn't. I mean, it did take me a second because I was like, is that Cal Kestis? Because he looked like he had red hair for a hot minute there. So I legit didn't recognize him until I heard Freddie Prinze Jr. as a full
oh my
man
gosh
start talking. I thought that was more jarring than anything else. But beyond that, I really didn't give it a second thought while watching the episode. And again, it's like I said, this is not his story. I don't think anything really specifically relating to him is supposed to make us more interested or less interested in that character. It's supposed to just be a thing that happens.
Yeah.
And that we moved on from. I'm happy I wasn't the only person that noticed, and that we've been able to have the conversation and it's been public, that means it's a lot less likely, or means that moving forward, hopefully people will be more thoughtful with how they touch these characters at different points. That being said, I don't see it as a problem.
Yeah, Cal says supposedly it was due to the lighting engine they used for the 3D render. They changed some settings and it altered his complexion more than they anticipated. I mean, it could be, because listen, as someone who has dealt with game engines before, there is something called a gather, or a gather pass for lighting, and there's a lot of snow around him. And so if they had changed some way, shape, or form any kind of like texture render settings in terms of the final gather pass on Caleb, and it took a lot of reflected light onto his skin from the snow, I mean, it makes sense. But at the same time, I never associate someone's complexion with their ethnicity. So if Caleb was in fact that pale in his youth, in that, cared upbringing, and then he went on to labor, he met Hera, and then he became a rebel and just spends a lot of time under the sun, and his complexion gets more tan, then that happens. But I don't think it's anything as bad as like them making him Kevin Doom. Like, they're not like completely saying he's white now. And my mom, she's pale as hell. Like looking at me to her, you would think she's white, but she's not white. And so that's why I don't associate complexion with ethnicity. So whatever he looks like now, there is kind of like an explanation for how he gets more tan the more he's outdoors. I think Caleb's ethnicity is supposed to be like almost Middle Eastern, right? Or Egyptian? I'm not sure.
I don't know what it is, but I mean, one of the things that I always did enjoy was that all of the members of the crew were POC. But yeah. Well, I didn't quite know what it was supposed to be, but I think that was kind of the purpose. I think that's what made it special, is because he was just a person. But once again, like you were saying, this is a character that was not created in this engine at all, at any point. So I'm also wondering if they're trying to use together other assets and all this stuff to kind of throw things together, because this is going to be like a one-time use scene. Yeah, it wasn't like a big deal for me.
Brooke says, I've heard from others that they were disappointed with the alleged changes because POC representation is already so rare in Star Wars. I mean, well, that's the thing. That's mostly what I'm trying to get across, is that POC representation isn't just about skin color or complexion. It's about culture and, story and representation of their experience. And I did like a small piece with Maddie or Auth Brunette in terms of why more people of color need to be in the film industry. I was like, it's all about story and experience. How do you expect a white guy to tell the story of the Asian experience? You can't, and the Asian can't tell the white experience. And so, it's more about the stories and, the experiences of these people instead of their complexion. I mean, at least that's for me.
I do have to say, though, thinking back to episode 1 of Rebels, when they're, kind of hunkered down and there's a gunfire and all this stuff, and Kanan's like, everyone's gonna know my secret, and he stands up faces the enemy, walks over the box, and he's just like dodging shots. Like, he moves like a light skin. That's all I'm saying.
Do you think that's the case?
No, the light skin joke was just too easy. I had to do it.
Oh yeah.
But no, I love it. But you're absolutely right. Like, the representation is there. I think what is hugely important, hugely needed, and I actually think that we are getting more of that from Disney/Star Wars than we've ever gotten before. And so, right now is not the time to, try to attack people for any mistakes. Like, the entire Bad Batch are all POC. You know what I mean? Like, they're all what is the native tribe that Tamara Morrison?
Maori.
Yeah. So I we're making progress. We're not there yet, but let's not get bogged down by a sweet little white baby Kanan. It happened.
Baby
We
skinned.
were all there.
And I think my initial response to this is primarily to people claiming it was whitewashing. But I don't think a change of complexion is necessarily whitewashing. I think if they changed, if they like did a live action Caleb Doom and like cast like Chris Evans, like, okay, that's a little whitewashed.
Yeah.
But yeah, do you have any other thoughts on the Bad Batch? What happened with Omega? I know, like, really quickly, and maybe I can spur on some thoughts for you. I'm getting a lot of Din and Grogu. There's a lot of this family stuff, like a lot of fish out of the water father themes going on. We have this episode where she's supposed to leave with the family, but she can't. Grogu's supposed to be left on the planet, but he can't. Like, is this intentional?
Yes, it's intentional. In every coming of age story is the child coming of age and the caretaker who is reluctant but there for these crazy circumstances. And it's just like a super common trope. And like, I don't know, I'm starting to get really irritated at people who feel they're clever for pointing out this obvious trope that we were sold from the beginning. Not that that's what you or anyone else doing, but I just can't tell you how many different posts I've seen of people being like, yeah, well, they have one character who's like a big dumb brawler, and then there's a leader, and then there's like a smart one.
Oh, like archetypes.
And you're like, yes, that is the purpose of them. Like, yeah, but it's a Teenage Mutant Ninja. You're like, first of all, no, it's not. Raphael is not a big dumb brawler. He's angry, but he's not dumb. He's not extra strong, or you know what I mean. That doesn't even track. But why don't you say, oh well, they're just like the Guardians of the Galaxy, or just like the Avengers, or just like 1,000 other different teams? Like, that's the whole point.
Yeah.
Like, it's not clever. We were told that they had these traits in the beginning. Come on, man. You're slow. I don't know.
I'm reminded of one humorous comment that I got in one of my lives. It was an autocorrect, and they called them the Bad Bunch, and I couldn't stop laughing, because now I feel like I should call them the Bad Bunch all the time. It's like, what a bad bunch they are. Man. Do you have anything to say about them? About the Bad Batch?
Episode 2 was great to see Cut. I was worried about him because I didn't know what would happen with his chip, because obviously he wasn't going to be directly given a message. But I also worry, it's like, I don't want everyone. Apparently, all the clones know about him, and so you can't have everyone coming through there, but we're also seeing the chain codes come into hand, which I thought was interesting. So we might get some more information on exactly how chain codes work and stuff. I mean, all of it is just
and whether or not Boba Fett had his created, because they can be created. Tech created their chain codes. That means that's not like a solid ID. Like you can forge it. So I'm wondering if Django in some way forged it so that it's like,
I mean, either way, he's still not a Mandalorian. So.
Yeah.
We
also got like propaganda as well. Like a lot of Imperial propaganda from that first and the second episode. I love that angle.
Yeah. Oh man, there's just a lot, but mostly how wholesome seeing the world through Omega's eyes is, and understanding that she is a warrior that's bred for war, but is being able to live this like child's life. I think that's incredible. I do love it. And again, I'm along for the ride. We'll see.
Yeah. We are back to the Friday weekly schedule. Sad face. I know. Feels bad, man. We're not getting another 70-minute episode on Tuesday. But we'll get through it together, guys. Yes, it is time for the Kahoot. We are out of time unless Choco has any other final thoughts on the Bad Batch.
No. I do not.
All right. Yes, so we are going to be moving on, transition to Kahoot. This is a mixed bag trivia, guys. It's got everything from the movies, the books, and the comics and legends. It's not meant to be a gimme. It's meant to make you scratch your head, and it's meant for you to guess. So do not feel bad if things are too difficult. Sometimes you just gotta guess the answer. You know, you're not meant to know every single answer. So
I'm gonna get destroyed because again, like I'm coming into this just as blind as you guys, and but probably a little more haggard. But yeah, it'll be fun.
All right, guys, the pin's up there. 679-5311.
Oh, pin us up where?
679-5311. Yes, the questions and the answers will be showing up on your device so that you do not have to be in tandem with the stream. I realize the stream is delayed, but yeah, try to answer as best you can. These are very hard questions. Some of them are gimmies, some of them are guess, some of them are like, is that your final answer? But we're just trying to have fun together, guys. So yeah. This Kahoot was made by Sawyer with some help from Cal4 and myself. You can pick your name. I just for live purposes, it's just generating a friendly name. I don't want anything showing up on the stream that is, you know, not stream safe. Cal, I think you provided a couple of questions for this, and I think Hannah also helped with some questions on this as well.
Ooh, the discount Bo-Katan?
Yes. The discount Bo-Katan. Giedis herself.
Few people has energy like that woman, and I am always awed and impressed and shocked.
Oh, yeah.
And ashamed. Yeah.
She is very unique. It's a 20-second delay. Yeah. But just have confidence in looking at your device and answering the questions there. But if you have any problems with the quiz, take it up with Sawyer. This is her quiz. I will wait 2 minutes between each join. If 2 minutes goes by and there's no one after Shining Bobcat, we will move on.
Shining Bobcat. Can you?
Are you going to remain covert here? Are you going to not reveal your player name?
No, we can reveal him. It's I believe I'm Space Bunny. Yeah, I'm Space Bunny.
All right. Is there any other names? Just one name.
You guys, you can reveal who you are if you don't mind.
Michael Hubbard is joining as well. The Star Wars guy, Dandy Buffalo. All right, you guys have another minute because I started. Another 2 minutes after Funny Puffin. But I'm pretty sure.
Very accurate for very apt.
Yeah. I like how instead of making a stage in Photoshop, I just put color sources and put them behind to make fake strokes. And I think it works.
It does work. It actually looks great.
Cal is Lovely Sea Lion. Carter is Mighty Yak. Levi is Classy Lion. Justin Thorson. Oh, wait for me, he says. Okay. 187th says I'm always terrible at these things, so there's no point in joining. Come on. Join. Listen, this is just having fun with the community. You don't have to podium. Although it is a great story to have when you've topped or when you've beaten Space Bunny or Choco.
Yeah. Imagine me, like, head empty. We'll see how I do.
Michael Hubbard said, I just got here. So what is this on? This is on everything. This is a mixed bag. Prequels, originals, sequels, books, comics, legends.
It's gonna be tough.
Yeah, I don't imagine that anyone getting close to 90% correct. But if somebody does, you have my eternal respect, and I will buy you an ice cream sometime.
Where's Tommy P? Is Tommy P around?
Let's look at the participants. I don't believe there is a Tommy P.
Tommy P was the one that nailed my prequel quiz.
Oh, that's right. I remember now. We do have to make an original trilogy quiz, particularly for next week.
Yes. And then you guys gotta know that's when we're going to start looking for those who are going to represent our community. We're going to try to make this a big quiz, a big trivia thing, a big event that's going to extend past beyond, our YouTube area, our TikTok area, and just have a great time. You know what I mean? Talk with the whole community.
So, yeah, the original trilogy
Sawyer
Kahoot
says that she changed some of the answers.
Interesting. Okay.
It makes me nervous because of the way that's worded. I changed some of the answers. You can't.
We'll see. So yes, next week on Dyad episode 27 will be the original trilogy Kahoot, and that will be our first qualifier for our trivia tournament, which will get you into the, obviously if you win that Kahoot, there will be several, I think, places that will move on to subsequent rounds, and then it'll all culminate into a final Kahoot where, everyone, the best of each week that we hold qualifiers will partake in that Kahoot, and then we'll get a winner, and then you'll get lightsabers from Level Up. We'll all be best friends and order some pizza and have a pizza party. I think that's everybody, right? How many, did we lose someone?
I think we lost someone. Wait, where's my Kahoot window? Okay. Let's start.
Wait, are you playing on 2 players? Are you doing this again?
No. I would not do that.
There will be a High Republic quiz as well. Do not worry about that. We'll cover all of the eras, and then we'll even have a Bad Batch quiz after the season is over. See how many people were paying attention to it all. So we have 22 that just updated. We're just gonna have to sit here and wait another 2 minutes to see if more people join. Of course, the more the merrier. I am Funny Puffin. Cute Quail is Kenai Shepherd. We will have a High Republic quiz, Arya. Do not worry. We might even do you want to separate that into Light of the Jedi quiz, and then Into the Dark quiz, and a Test of Courage quiz?
I do not, actually. I mean, we have more High Republic coming out, and I would love it if we can at least quiz in the waves that are coming.
Yeah. All right. So phase 1 High Republic, you guys better start reading the comics. I think there's 5 issues in the High Republic and 4 in the Republic Adventures. Looks like this is it. This is our final roster for this Kahoot, so get ready. We are starting now.
Let's go. Let's go.
Brought to you by Empress Sawyer.
It just is saying loading. Okay.
In The Mandalorian, what is the name of the city where Ahsoka fights Morgan Elspeth? Is it Tepoka, Trask, Caladan, Theed?
I don't know. I'm off to a bad start. Zero for...
And of course, for those listening in on Spotify, try your best to keep up with these questions. The answer was Caladan.
Okay.
On the planet Corvus. Trivia for you to learn. Next question. Who's on the leaderboard? Who is podiumed? Golden Hamster, Eager Yeti, and Mighty Wallaby are in the top 3 slots. On to the next question. What did Din Djarin steal from Morak? Is it Rhydonium, Cortosis, Beskar, or Kolto? 10 seconds on the clock.
Wow, my brain is just not.
It was Rhydonium. Fun fact.
Oh yeah.
So this is in Rebels as well. Sabine uses Rhydonium canisters to fight off, I think, the Krykna, or not the Krykna. One of the creatures from one of those episodes.
All right, guys, I'm losing badly, so now's the time. Get into it.
What happens to Jar Jar after the rise of the Galactic Empire? Did he become a street performer on Naboo? Did he replace Boss Nass as the leader of the Gungans? Was he captured and imprisoned by the rebellion, or did he marry Queen Julia?
Oh, Queen Julia.
Har, har, har. He became a street performer on Naboo, which is a sad story.
And everyone hated him. and blamed him for Palpatine's rise.
Ooh, Lively Panther made the highest climb. Next question. Which of these animals was not in The Empire Strikes Back? Mynock, Bantha, Exegorth, Wampa. It was the Bantha. The Exegorth is, of course, the asteroid slug.
Yeah.
And we're in there.
Exegorths are cool. Mynocks are inside of the Exegorth.
Absolutely. Oh my goodness, such a shift. Up 8 places, Golden Dog. And Golden Hamster back on the top. Next question, who was Count Dooku's first Padawan? Was it A, Rey Alvaros, or B, Qui-Gon Jinn? Five seconds on the clock. It was Rael Alvaros. Fun little fact or fun little recommendation. If you guys want to know more about this story, you can read Dooku Jedi Lost. And he's also somewhat in Master and Apprentice by Claudia Gray.
Somewhat.
I mean, not like he's not the main character.
Yeah.
Next question. Who had the missing piece of the map leading to Luke Skywalker? Was it Unkar Plutt, Mari San Tekka, Officer Unamo, or Lor San Tekka? Stink Swap says, when you misclick on Qui-Gon Jinn, was that a misclick? The answer is, of course, was Lor San Tekka. And the podium shifts slightly. Space Bunny takes the lead. I don't know how. That was a bad start, but there he is. What ship performed the Holdo maneuver? Was it the Anodyne, Ninka, Radis, or Vigil?
I almost clicked wrong on that one.
I am assuming which one you almost clicked on, which is okay. The answer was the Radis.
Space Bunny. I saw a lunar eclipse.
The podium shifts yet again. Next question. In Into the Dark, who is the captain of the vessel? Is it Zalbar, Geode, Leox Jassi, Jet Nebula? Don't be... Jet what? Are you telling everyone the answer?
No, of course not. I would never do that. I just love Jet Nebula.
It would, of course, was Leox Jassi. Do not feel ashamed for not knowing this question. This is from the High Republic book. But now you know the answer. It's Leox Jassi, captain of the vessel. Co-pilot to Geode. Next question is, what treaty ended the Galactic Civil War? The Treaty of Versailles, Treaty of Coruscant, Battle of Endor, the Galactic Concordance.
No clue.
That is surprising. Although there are questions that I have no clue with too. Especially when you make the trivia. Like, what?
I had no clue, but I did get it.
Oh.
Able to kind of process of elimination I suppose.
Right on. The answer, of course, was Galactic Concordance. The podium shifts yet again on the bottom half. Next question. What planet are the Selkath from? Gliansem, Spira, Manan, or Moncala? Maddie says, this question gave me instant anxiety because we are doing World War II in history right now. The answer was Manan. Fun fact, you can see this planet in KOTOR. I don't think we ever see it again in canon. But it is canon. It was mentioned in like a card game, right?
And it's in SWTOR.
Is it?
It is.
But we never go there, do we?
We do.
All right. Well, who was Satil Shan's mother? Tasil, Kira, Lana, Bastila.
Yeah, you go to Manan and SWOTOR on a flashpoint.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember now. The answer to this question, of course, was Tasil Shan. Not very original on Karpashin's part, but it is what it is. Just like Vayner. All right, next question. At the Battle of Yavin, what was Biggs Darklighter's call sign? Was it yellow 4, black 1, gold leader, red 3?
Oh, Biggs. I don't know why Biggs hits like a truck in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, but he does.
The answer was red 3. Patrick the Hut says, can't stay long, just wanted to show you guys some love. Thank you for tuning in.
Hello, Patrick. Thank you so much for popping out. How's everyone doing? Is everyone doing strong? Everyone's feeling good about their quiz?
We shall see. The podium stays the same. Zany Imbahala has climbed 3 places. Space Bunny still in the lead.
Oh, hey.
Next question. Which species is Darth Maul? Devaronian, Ibridonian, Zabrak, Night Brother.
Sawyer says this is funny. Is torturing people funny?
The correct answer was Zabrak. Aw, Carter lost connection. It's impossible to come back. Can't you refresh? I've done that before. Or enter the pin again? I'm not sure. But in any case, sad face. Who were the first Mandalorians? This is, of course, a Legends answer. You will not get this canon answer. In canon, I mean.
Whew. It's one of these two. I don't know.
The answer, of course, was Tong. And, ooh, that shift. Classy Lion coming in on second. Who is going to catch Choco? Can they? Next question. Who killed Brendel Hux? Allegiant General Pride. Kylo Ren. Captain Phasma.
This is a...
Armitage Hux.
I might have a bone to pick depending on how this plays out.
Sawyer, stage is yours.
Okay, we don't have a bone to pick, Sawyer.
Yes, the correct answers was both Phasma and Armitage Hux. No bones to pick here. Or no canon toothpicks to pick from Crosshair. Oh, okay. No change in the podium. Cal says that one did stump me 50-50 and I got it wrong. Oh. In Fatal Alliance, who is Satil Shan's Padawan? Is it Shigar Kanshi, Eldon X, Lima Zandrit, or Laren Moxla?
We do not recognize your authority!
Then whose authority do you recognize? The answer was Shigar Kanshi. A Kefar? Kafar?
Just like
Laren Moxla, right?
Well, I was gonna say our good old buddy from oh my goodness, my brain. I'm sorry.
Quinlan Voss?
Yes, Quinlan Voss is who I was thinking.
Ooh, Space Dove. Taking second place. Next question. Who ordered the clone army from Camino? Was it Sifo Dyad? Quinlan Voss? Chancellor Palpatine? Or Count Dooku? Palpatine! The answer was Sifo Dyad. He ordered it. Count Dooku assassinated. Did you get that wrong?
I got it wrong, but I'm pretty sure that it was Count Dooku who ordered it under the name of Sifo Dyas.
No, Sifo Dyas ordered it initially for the Jedi Order, and then Dooku assassinated Sifo, and then came in under the name Sifo Dyas and added the chip to the Order. Those
That's
specifics. Right. Moving on. Classy Lion is catching up. Oh, right behind Space Bunny. Oof. X-Core Gateway. Yes, Palpatine. That's what I'm saying from now on. Which of these characters is not a crew member of the Ebon Hawk? HK-47, Euthura Bon, Hanhar, or Mission Vow? This, of course, is a KOTOR question. Euthura Bon was the answer.
And I was wrong.
What did you say, Hanhar?
I did say Hanhar.
Yeah, you could recruit him in certain circumstances.
Sawyer, I am sad.
He looks so sad. Legends do be OP, Kieran says. It's the one thing that equalizes the knowledge base for a lot of people.
Non-canon stuff.
What is the name of the woman who operates Black Spire Outpost? Is it Markren, Olga, Tally, or Pelly? The answer, of course, was Olga, like Olga's Cantina. Which makes me sad because I have not yet been there. When we're both vaccinated. Wow. I was in Minnesota for a second there. Vaccinated. We'll make a trip out of it. Cal will visit. Everyone will visit. And we'll all go to Galaxy's Edge. Which planet did Lord Vitiate wipe both the living and the cosmic force from? Was it Nathema, Qatar, Dromund Kaas, or Malachor 5? The answer, of course, was Nathema. The Nathema conspiracy. Only 2 people got it correct. Interesting.
Yeah, no, I got it wrong. I knew it, but I got it wrong.
How did you get it wrong? You just
because I'm an idiot.
Cal also got it wrong by the looks of his chat message.
It was one of those hot brain things where like your hand does some jazz and then you're like, yeah, no. Yeah, that's how.
Next question. The podium hasn't shifted very much. Which class tie did Ben Solo fly to Exegol? Was it a transport, a fighter, a scout, or a bomber? Five seconds. The answer, of course, was a scout. It is the only class tie that comes with a hyperdrive. And if you guys knew that, then that would have been your answer because that's how we got to Exegol. Womp womp. All right. Klein Sunye says that's unfair. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Lively Panthers climbing. Next question. Double points.
Double points.
Some huts have a genetic mutation that causes them to grow hair, secrete toxic mucus, have 3 tongues, or have no limbs.
I don't like any of them.
Well, canon doesn't care what you like or don't like. The answer, of course, is grow hair. Of course, I say of course, but I didn't know this. This is all Sawyer's biology thing.
What? Apparently I missed the timing on it, but that's what I said. Uh-oh. Okay.
Oh, you didn't answer in time?
Apparently not.
Um,
Doesn't matter.
Space Bunny is being beaten by the lovely sea lion. How lovely. Next question. Which of these is a real force power? Smell, digest, blink, vomit. This is one of those campy questions, of course. Smell. I don't think you need the force to digest, blink, or vomit, but you can definitely enhance your smell. Podium hasn't changed. 3 in a row for Dandy Buffalo. He's back in the game.
Great job, Danny Buffalo.
How in the what hair on a butt hut? I don't know if that was an autocorrect or if that was just intentional, but good job on that one. Next question. On which planet does Rey find Ochi's dagger? Kijimi, Agenklos, Dakar, Pasana.
Oh, man.
You feeling okay?
Yeah. No, this quiz is just making me look bad.
That, of course, was Pasana. Fun fact, that's also where they find Lando. And... oh... lovely sea lion will not be toppled. We are on question number 25. In light of the Jedi, which system was first affected by the Great Disaster? Was it the Hetzel, Elfrona, Hosnian, Abdalis? This is one of those guess-its, if you haven't read the High Republic.
If you haven't read it, what are you doing? Go do it.
It was the Hetzel system. Repeat that promo.
Read this book.
Read this book. Right? Read this book. All right. Question number 26. What planet is Darth Bane from? Legends answer. Malachor, Apatros, Korriban, Adelon. I think Space Bunny should know this. The answer, of course, is Apatros.
Des from Apatros.
I like not running a lore talk channel because I don't have to know all this trivia. It's fun to know it, though. Space Bunny, back in the lead. Wow, okay. Who trained Kanan Jarrus? Was it Anaconda Far, Caleb Doom, Adigalia, or Depa Billaba?
Depa Billaba!
And of course the answer was Depa Billaba. Adigalia was the master of Ayla?
Who was she the master of?
Not sure.
I forget. I'm sorry.
Are you looking it up?
No.
Space Bunny has retained his first place. Next question. 28. Ooh. Who alerted the First Order of BB-8's presence on Takodana? Was it BZ Natal, Mako, Baroness Zakar Gerard, or GA-97? The answer, of course, was BZ Natal.
Perfect weapon.
Okay, no shift. Next question. What is the name of the ship that escaped from Scarif with the Death Star plans? Was it the Home 1, the Consternation, the Profundity, or the Tantive 4? The answer, of course, was the Profundity. Look at all of the incorrect answers. 3 people chose Consternation. I mean, I'll be honest. They all sound like ship names. but the consternation isn't one. That answer, of course, that answer choice, consternation, brought to you by Hannah. Okay, only Space Bunny got that. Or somebody else. Elated Lemming also got it. Next question. What was the name of Luke Skywalker's evil clone? Was it Luke or Luke, Luke-a-lele, or Luke?
Timothy Zahn is a very creative man. Sometimes.
It is, in fact, Luke. Tantive 4 is how you say it, Sawyer. Get out of here. 4 people thought Luke. Levi says that's wrong, though. No, that is incorrect. The Profundity did escape Scarif with the plans, and it was handed off to the Tantive. So, bit of a syntactical question there, but you have to understand that the Profundity was the one with the plans. They escaped Scarif. But of course, take that up with Sawyer. This is my quiz.
All right, home stretch. 10 more.
Who defeated Abeloth? Was it Jaina Solo and Darth Caedus, Luke Skywalker and Darth Krayt, Luke Skywalker and Darth Talon, or Ashurad Het and Darth Krayt?
What?
The answer, of course, is Luke Skywalker and Darth Krayt. Fun fact, Ashurad Het and Darth Krayt are in fact the same person. I wonder...
I have problems with this question.
Speak your mind.
Fate of the Jedi is not anywho. It feels like a Wikipedia question to me.
That's true. It's not very clear. Sawyer. Although I think I did. I think I was the one that gave her Ashurad Het and Darth Krayt. What is Thrawn's birth name? Is it Kivu Ra Nuru, Kivu Ka Magneto, Mith Ron Nyorodo, or Vaikal Gerontu? That, of course, the answer was Kivu Ra Nuru. Space Bunny still in the lead. Question 33. Who was Darth Malgus' girlfriend? Was it Aaron Lanier, Zirid Kor, Lena Daru, or Natala Vanden?
I can't remember her name. Poor girl, though.
Every time I hear the word poor, I think of poor Theron.
Just because all of his relatives are so cool and he's such trash.
The answer, of course, is Lena Daru, a Twi'lek. I think this question...
they did not openly date.
No, they did not. Next question. In Vader 2017, which of these Jedi does not appear in Vader's visions? Jocasta Nu, Yariel Poof, Obi-Wan Kenobi, or Ki-Adi Mundi?
Ooh, that's a good question.
The question, of course, or the answer, is Ki-Adi Mundi. Only Classy Lion got it correct. Next question.
I put Poof.
What is the name of the convor that follows Ahsoka? Is it Mirai, the daughter, Mudai, or Abeloth? This is a gimme, of course. It better be a gimme. The chat better get it. The answer, of course, is Mirai. Next question. Which lightsaber form did Mace Windu use? Ataru, Sarisu, Vapad, or Form 7?
Is that some sort of trick question?
I'm not sure. I did not create this question. Because Form 7 would be Nima, right? But also
Nima Outpost.
Oh, not Nima. What is Form 7? Gemso?
I believe Form 7 is Vapad.
No, but Vapad
It's
is based on the initial form of 7, which was called something else. What was Form 7 now?
Levi might know.
What was
Levi in
Form
the chat
7?
if you know. But only 3 questions left.
Yeah. That's what we're saying, X-Core. Vapad is an adaptation of Form 7. Is it Juyo? So look, we have Shicho, was it, no, hold on, what's 1 and 2?
I mean, Atarios is 2, right? And then
No,
3 is
4
Surisu.
is Ataru.
Uh,
I guess Form 7 is Juyo. Shicho is Form... Okay, wait. So we have Shicho, Makashi, Sarisu, Ataru, Gemso. Anyways, it was based off of Form 7, so that might have been a trick question.
okay. I mean, I got it right. I was just...
You were just being difficult. Who trained Oppo Rancisis? Yaddle, Coleman Traber, Yariel Poof, or Vetter? Yeah.
I was wrong.
He said that's so like Pepega. Oh. Yes, the answer is Yaddle, of course. Makashi is Form 2, correct. So it's Shicho, Makashi, Sarisu, Ataru, Gemso. There is a Nima or something. Neemon, and Juyo, I think. I'll have to look it up afterwards. Who did Anakin Skywalker kill during the Battle of Anaxis? Was it Admiral Trench, Ringo Vinda, Wat Tambor, or Skako?
Battle of Anaxis. Jeez.
It was Admiral Trench. It was Spider Dude. That was the first time in Season 7 we saw Anakin's face look all like, wow. That's the face of a youngling killer. Okay.
Sawyer, you have led me astray before.
Ooh. Blaster bolts fired. Second to last question. What is the first rank earned in the Imperial Navy? Is it ensign, private, corporal, specialist? The answer, of course, is ensign.
Nobody knows that more than Eli Vanto.
That's correct. And the podium stays the same. Next question. The final question. Which of these is not one of Padme's handmaidens? Was it Mare, Corday, Rabe, or Dorme?
Yeah.
Mare was the answer. Okay, well. Let's see. The third place winner, 28 out of 40, is Lovely Sea Lion. Reveal yourself on the chat. Second place is Classy Lion. And the final winner is Space Bunny or Choco, who got 32 out of 40. So he did, in fact, exceed my expectations of 90%. The internet keeps me from victory. Another second place. Vanessa, who... Ooh, wait. Tell me Vanessa is one of these lions. Cal is Lovely Sea Lion. Okay. Oh, Vanessa got 8th. What are you rooting? Oh, you're rooting for Choco. Got it.
No, Vanessa, that's awesome. Everyone who... Yeah, it was not an easy quiz, and it was all over the place.
Yeah.
Anyone that did well on this quiz, I think, is poised to do well overall, because it means that you can kind of jump from topic to topic. Because we had some stuff. I mean, when we do our finals quiz, there's not going to be legend stuff on there.
No.
So if you were to discount the legend stuff, yeah, anyone that did reasonably well on this is going to crush it. You know, if you think of quizzes where people are too salty to actually understand what happens in the sequels or whatever, you're going to do better than those people, you know? So yeah, I think this was an awesome, very well done.
Absolutely. Thank you to Sawyer for providing that. Cahoots. I think Choco, I think we need to work together on the original trilogy quiz. That is our first qualifier for this trivia tournament. We have to be doubly sure about and scrutinize question syntax and everything, and make sure there are no cracks. But yeah, these Cahoots are taking longer than I expected. I should probably slot in at least half hour, if not more, for these Cahoots. Hopefully you're still feeling okay, Brandon.
Yeah, no, I'm doing all right. Yeah, I mean, what we can slot these in, and essentially, you know, depending on if we, because this was 40 questions, right? I think the special sauce length for like during a stream is like 25 questions. I think once you start getting more than that, it might need to be its own thing.
Yeah, I think so too. Let's give a shout out to everyone in the chat. We have Ace Bronx, Aria L, Oth Brunette, Brian with the Beard, Cal Forer, Car2D2, Kieran Barr, Klein Saunier, Harith Productions, Levi Bond, Logan Branchot, Mentally Ill Sith Lord, Vanessa, X-Core, Gamer Skills. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to the Dyad in the Force episode 26, and for welcoming back Choco into the mix once again. Do you have any final thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I am feeling better. I'm not out of the woods yet, so keep me in your thoughts. Thank you, everyone that has reached out. It has meant a lot. So I appreciate you, man, this community.
That was a premature scene change. I'm sorry. Yes. So, what was I saying? We appreciate you too. And that's why we have, been clinging on to your comeback and your recovery, and everyone is just, sending you messages and stuff. And, yeah, it's not the same without you. That's for sure. And we're all
Appreciate it.
glad that you're back. And Dyad is, of course, better off having you back. And yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in. We are at the end. On to the next one. We are all the Republic.
For life. Damn it. May the force be with you.
May the force be with you.